little bit late today. That is because I just finished editing and rendering, and it is now currently uploading a new regular YouTube video. So I decided to get that going so it can upload while I do this. Yeah, I got some stuff going out today. Had a pretty good weekend. Obviously, I don't record the weekend packings and all that. So, yeah, I'll just have to do with a few during the week. So last 24 hours, pretty decent. As always, we're going to start with the eBay standard envelope orders, then we'll move on to, Ground Advantage and other type of items. All cards today except for one book as well. And I forgot to get water. I'll be right back. All right. And I also forgot to write down how much stuff sold for, but I think I know most of them. First, I've got a Pokemon card, Metagross, sold for $1.60. I do have some Pokemon cards. I usually don't target Pokemon because the competition is super fierce. The last card show I went to, my buddy showed up. He mostly does Pokemon, and after the show, he was telling me how pretty much just every dealer had the same cards for the same prices. Whatever the new set was, they had all the big cards from that, and pretty much most people had exactly the same showcases and all that. Yeah, Pokemon is just so big that the competition is so fierce that just the likelihood of getting good deals is just so slim that I just don't really mess with it. I also don't know enough about it. But, occasionally, like I bought some good Pokemon cards from Carl in his dollar bin before. So, occasionally I do have some cheap ones listed in my store right now, but not something I purposely go after. If they fall into my lap, sure. I'm going to have to leave the screen, as always, while I print the labels. All right, that one is good to go. Next up, sold a Kenny Omega base card from 23 AEW flagship set. Sold for $1.60. My day is winding down here, believe it or not. One of my main part-time job, it's not really super part-time, but technically it's part-time, turns into full-time with more than full-time for a couple months during the holiday season. So it's good to get a bunch of hours in. A lot of it's overtime, but not overtime like you would think. It's a really unique situation. It's actually really cool. After 5 hours, it's considered overtime. So I worked 8.5 hours today, so I got 3.5 hours of time and a half, plus my 5 regular hours. So pretty good, however, got to get to bed earlier than normal. And then when I got home, I wanted to finish. I already had it recorded, but I didn't have it edited. So I wanted to edit and render the YouTube video, and then right now I got it uploading, and think it's like a 10-minute video, so it shouldn't take that long to upload, so hopefully it'll be good and ready to go by the time I'm done packing up everything. Alright, Kenny Omega's ready to go. Next up, I got this. This is actually a pretty cool set. The cards look awesome. I think it's 1995 DC Villains cards. This is Solomon Grundy. Sold for $289. I have a ton, or I had a ton of those cards. And I had like one buyer a while back, maybe a month or so ago. Just buy a ton of them, all in one order. Probably bought like 3/4 of the ones I had listed. But I have like piles of other ones. So I've like, yeah, I have a ton of those cards. So I'm gonna either relist the ones that sold, like new ones, or put them in lots. I'm not really sure. I'll probably relist them, and then whatever I have left over, put in lots. I'm gonna start doing some more lots. You'll see later. I did have a lot of cards sell later when we get to the ground advantage items. It surprised me too when I had them on auction. But yeah, that Batman card sold for $289. Not too bad. I will take it. Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. Just packing up my eBay orders as usual. I got a new video uploading at the moment, so I should be able to post it shortly after I finish this live. Next up, got a Hellraiser card from 1992. This one is not really necessarily scary, but I'm sure someone just needed it for their set. Sold for $1.60. I got all kinds of cool card sets from this estate sale a little while ago. It was probably one of my best hauls ever. Filled up like at least 2 5K boxes, all of like non-sport cards. So it had like Hellraiser, it had tons of Marvel, like old Disney cards and stuff. Just so much good stuff. I've actually been keeping track of that buy. Now I paid $400 for everything, which sounds like a lot. But after eBay fees and after shipping, I have it written down. I'm gonna go check right now. I think I'm in like $800 something. So I've made my $400 back and already doubled it. Yeah, I've been keeping track of that one because at the time it seemed like I spent a lot. Yeah, see, here's my $400 estate sale buy. I'm at $809.62, not including the stuff that sold today, because I think this was part of it. And the thing is, I still have a ton of the cards that haven't been listed yet. And I have a ton of stuff that is listed that hasn't sold yet. I mean, like, majority of the cards I haven't even listed yet. And it's already doubled up, so it was crazy. Alright. Be right back, just printing this label here real quick. Appreciate the thumbs up, whoever did that. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone who watches anything on my channel here, because there is unlimited stuff you can watch, and take the time to watch something I do appreciate it. Yeah, next up, got a Star Wars card. This is from, not sure what year this is from. It's in the listing, but I don't have it. Ended up selling for $1.60. Got a bunch of Star Wars cards too from these two guys I buy cards off of, that they buy collectibles and stuff. They don't really like to deal with cards, so I got a lot of Star Wars stuff from them. I think I bought some Star Wars from Carl too at the card shows before too. So I got some Star Wars stuff, but nothing crazy, just base cards like this. Get a label, and that one will be good to go. I do actually have a wrestling card next, so. Obviously, I know it's mainly wrestling cards, but I get other stuff too. All right, that one's good to go. And that's how the label looks. eBay standard envelope. Next up, we have Roxanne Perez Sensations insert. These are pretty cool cards. That one sold for $2.99. They do have numbered parallels of these as well. I think I might have a Lyra one somewhere. Those look pretty sweet, but even just the regular base versions look cool as well. 24 Select had really good inserts. New sub here, just wanted to say love your videos and hunts for wrestling cards. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, no one's really doing like card show videos on YouTube specifically for wrestling cards. Well, actually, I mean, I know Shay at Body Slam Toys does some videos, but he mostly does it as like a vendor, which is a cool video in itself. But as far as like hunting and looking for deals, they're so fun to make. I'm just lucky that I have a local card show that has a few consistent wrestling card vendors. But thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, I can't just make only card show videos because that show is once a month. So basically, it's only like once a month I can do that video. And then 2 times a month, there's a non-sport card show I go to. So 2 of the 12 months, I can do 2 card show videos. And then there is like the Dallas card show, Chicago edition. And sometimes the Premier card show rolls through that I go to. So like in October, I went to 3 card shows, which was crazy. Who do you collect, or how do you like set collect, or do you collect certain wrestlers, or do you just buy cool cards? Or I was interested to see how people go about, what cards they go after. Next up, got a 1991 Dungeons and Dragons card. Nothing crazy. These are all just like base cards. This one sold for $1.60. But my brother was telling me there are actual like parallels to these cards where like the border are different colors and stuff like that. So definitely something I'll be on the lookout for in the future. But these ones are just the regular ones. 750 cards in this set, which is crazy. So there's definitely people that are going to be like missing some cards to try to complete their set, and I'm sure that's probably what happened with this person buying this one singular card off me. Because I have hundreds of different Dungeons and Dragons card listed, and they just purchased the one, so they probably literally just needed that one. I have a bunch of 92 cards as well, but I've yet to list them. See these like small, like cheap cards? These do add up, you know. And all these cards you're seeing right now are just from the last 24 hours. So, you know, in the course of a week, it does actually bring in like decent money. Because I know a lot of people don't mess with like the lower end sports cards or cards in general. I personally think it's easier to find deals on the cheaper stuff, and because people don't look into it as much, especially with the wrestling cards, if you know like the inserts and like which ones. Sorry, that ring light's been in the way the whole time. Yeah, it's easier to find like $5, $10 cards in dollar bins than it is, I don't know, to get a good deal on an autograph where you can make enough. Next up, we got a Marvel card from 1994, Mean Streak. Nothing crazy, sold for $1.60. That's my minimum. I got tons of Marvel cards, mostly 90s ones, and a lot of them I haven't even listed yet. All right. Yeah, I am going to start doing some lots, though. More lots in the future. Just to try to move some stuff, like doubles. So, like a base card from a wrestling set that's a current set, I don't mind putting multi-quantity on a listing with something like that. I do check my base cards too, and I just pull out any ones with dings or anything like that, so I don't mind it. But like a base card from the 90s that I didn't personally open myself from a pack, I'm not going to put multi-quantity on that because the condition will be slightly different for each card. I want people to see it. So when I have extra ones, which you'll see with this next order, that's what I did. So next up, I had a lot. So this is 1995 Marvel Masterpieces. This is a lot of 6, and they had kind of like a parallel called the Emotion Signature Series Emotion. So like here on the card, it's like this says Let's Rock for the thing, and then it has like it's not a real signature, but it's just part of the card. Then you got like a Thanos one. So this is what the base card looks like, but they don't have that gold signature, and they don't have this Emotion quote. Like this one says, death. Then we got Punisher that says Enforcer. Then you got Psylocke that says Cutter. Then you have Professor X that says, what does it even say? Za. I don't know what that one. And then we got Namor, says The Deep. So these are all ones that I had doubles of. So the Marvel Masterpiece 95 set in general, from my experience listening to them, were way more desirable than 94 or 93. Obviously 96 is the best set, but you'll probably never see those ever. And then these emotion parallels seem to be pretty good. So all these ones I had doubles of. So I didn't want to put like, some of these were like $6 or something. Some of them, I think a Venom one I sold for like 30 or something like that. So like, I don't want to put a multi-quantity listing on these. People are going to want to see the exact card they're getting. So these are 6 I had extra of, and I thought these were good enough to put on auction that there would be some interest. So I started at $6.99 because I'm gonna have to ship it Ground Advantage because I have 6 of them. It ended up selling for $30.99, so $31 these cards sold for on auction, which was way more than I expected. I was hoping maybe to get $10 on an auction type thing. I was just trying to get rid of them, but $31 was awesome. Not complaining there. Yeah, so certain things, like, I don't know, you can auction off and like feel confident auctioning off, and some stuff not. I felt confident enough with these, but I wasn't expecting that. Sorry, I missed, I think I missed the chat. Oh, hey Carlos, good afternoon. Welcome in, man. I just watched your box opening video this morning before work, and then I'm like over halfway of your interview with Billy. I always like those interviews, man. They're really cool. That's really nice of him to hop on and chat like that. It's funny, you give him a hard time. But, you know, you got to be, I understand, you got to be critical where it's due, you know. You can't just tell him everything's great, because then nothing will improve. But he seems like a really good guy. Yeah, I really enjoy those interviews, man. I haven't quite finished the one because it's pretty long, but that's good. I'm glad it's long. It's basically like a podcast. But I am like a little bit over halfway through that. And then, yeah, I saw your box. You got Thunder Rosa auto, which she had like the color match and stuff. That was really cool. So this will go at 2 ounces. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I could tell he's not like offended by it. It's just funny. Because if that was me, I would be afraid to like say anything negative, you know. But but I don't know him, so yeah. Yeah, I got a video uploading right now. My 2 boxes. It's kind of, I never did a video like this before. So the 2 boxes I opened, none of the cards I needed for my collection or anything like that. So I auctioned them all off on eBay. And in the video, I'm going to show what each card sold for, being auctioned off basically the first week of a set release, and what I made for the cards after fees and shipping, and if I even broke even on the box, or if I made money or lost money. So that is uploading as we speak. So by the time this live is done, shortly after, that should be uploaded on my channel. I didn't even mention with this. So there's 6 cards here. I put 2 of them in top loaders, and I sandwiched the other 4 in between the 2 with top loaders. So that acts as the protection, and then it goes into the team bag. And then, yeah, it's pretty much good to go. The cards are not going to slide around. And then they just go into a small bubble mailer. Oh, he hears way worse from me via text. As long as it's sincere feedback, they appreciate knowing what people like. Random hate doesn't do anything but constructive. Yes, yeah. For sure. Yeah, they do seem to actually like want feedback. And I guess it makes sense because when you guys were talking earlier, he was talking about how like it takes at least around a year to put a set together, so it takes time for the changes to happen a little bit. Which is good to know. So if you don't see something changed right away, like that's why. They you could tell they care, they want, and then we care too. We all like the cards, so we just want the cards to be good. And they got a tough job, and then they it seems, at least from Billy, that like they want to make them as best as possible. So yeah, they do want to hear what people like, dislike, and all that. My bubble wrap roll is too big. Kind of started doing some organizing. Oh, I didn't even. Last thing that sold is this. I do sell a lot of books. This is nothing crazy. Ever Faithful, like religious books, sold for $7.99. I got a bunch of random religious books from an estate sale, I think last year. Got them for super cheap, but none of them are really anything good. Because some like certain Bibles and like old books, I don't know. They can be good. They can be pretty expensive. Not this one, though. Not this one. But this is nice, though. This is really nice. I feel like they got a steal. It's not a steal. It's been listed for a while. Hey, did he mention anything about obviously I'm not done with the interview, so maybe he did later. Did he mention anything about a release date for the signature set? Or is that still like up in the air? Or Allure, 26 Allure? Are they going to do 26 Allure before flagship? 26 flagship? Was anything like that discussed? Oh yeah. Just wrap the book in bubble wrap. Nope, they won't comment on release dates since... Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Shouldn't have took that out. Bubble wrap book. This is like a medium-sized eBay bubble mailer. I get these with my store coupon for free. Well, you just gotta pay tax, basically. Good to go. This will ship medium mail. This might be over a pound. It's kind of a heavy book, yeah. 1 pound, 10.3 ounces. So we're gonna do 1 pound and 11 ounces. And it doesn't matter, but for packages over a pound, they do want the dimensions. So 11 by 10 by 2. For something small like that, it's not going to matter, but if your box goes over like certain dimensions, I think it's a cubic foot. If it goes over a cubic foot, like 12 by 12 by 12, there's like an upcharge. Very rare. Well, I don't think I've ever shipped anything like that. I mostly stick to smaller items. Right. Label on there, just looks like that. Simple as that. So here's my stack. These will actually be dropped off tomorrow morning. Technically, like late tonight. But yeah, that's gonna go my Aldi bag, and that's gonna do it, guys. I'll try to hop on here tomorrow as well for shipping. But I just checked and my videos should be good to go, so within the next 30 minutes or so I'll have a new actual video on YouTube going over the sales of all the cards, the AEW game used cards on eBay, and how much they went for and all that. So you guys have a good rest of the day. I appreciate you stopping in, and I will see you guys soon.